my dog up here to be my stand-in for my face. I don't really like my face. You'll learn that with as time comes with my stories, my videos. It's not that I think I'm ugly or anything like, oh my goodness, or anything like that. It's just come up here to your tree. I just I have icky teeth, and I don't have any makeup on, and my hair is all messy, and I just don't really like what I look like. So right now, anyway, I'll make myself all dolled up for the times that I have to be get up here and be my face. Thank you. Okay, so my dog is going to be my stand-in for the situation. Basically, I just read an awesome fanfic by Mariana, or Meryl, and I was talking with her yesterday, asking her if she would be willing to make a fanfic. She did this really awesome one called Broken about Rowena, and it was so good. It was amazing. It was so emotional and so powerful, and I asked her just for fun if she would be willing to make one for Dean and Rowena, because I've been looking everywhere for fan fiction on Dean and Rowena because of my ship, and there just wasn't anything out there that had much Dean and Rowena, you know, in a serious sense. Mostly just like troll stuff, which was funny, but I really wanted something, and so I asked her if she'd be willing to make a fanfic where you know, it involves Dean and Rowena, and not so much romantic, just some kind of cool interaction, because she did have some really good interaction with them in hers. So she said yes, absolutely, and she had me on pins and needles all day about like what was going to happen and what she was gonna do with the story, and I was like, I want to know. I was like on pins and needles. I was so excited because she was giving me little hints. So I just read it. It's called Hero Complex. It's on Archive of Our Own, and you can find it on her blog too, and it's amazing. So I'm going to talk to you personally, Mariana. It is amazing. It is so good. First of all, to answer your question, no. None of the characters are out of character. Just like Broken, I think you've pinned the characters perfectly, including Catch. I didn't find Catch out of character at all. I think that in the interactions that he had with Rowena, that's exactly what he'd do. So this is, I know it's weird that my dog is my face, but this is basically how I feel about it. I'm gonna walk you through the fanfic, give away spoilers. Sorry, if you wanna read it, just don't watch my video. Just go watch it. Go read it. It's so good. Don't watch it. Read it, because you need to read it. Okay. Anyways, so it's called Hero Complex, and it starts with Rowena shopping. And I love Mariana. I love how you had it that she is there legally, like how she's buying everything and she has money legally, so she's not being evil. Like she's evil free is what you said, and I love that. I love how Catch got her. I think that's really clever. She's walking through this antique store. She runs into Catch, and she doesn't know who he is, and she thinks it's just a guy in the way, and she tries to move out of the way and just kind of move past him, and he ends up cleverly hooking the witch cuffs on her, and he tells her, you know, if she talks, if she screams, he'll kill her. So he leads her into the car blindfolded, and he takes her to this wooded shed. First of all, when he brings her there, like, you already know immediately, like, the sudden dread of, oh no, because we've seen Catch in the show, like, what he does to people. So I was like, oh. And so he brought her in there, and he starts to, of course, interrogate her, and it does get intense. Not too brutal. To answer your second question, Mariana, no, it wasn't too brutal. I think that it was very, very, I think that, like, if it was on the show, I think they'd be willing to show what he does to her. But he does hurt her. But I thought it was really cool how you had it that even though the coven hurt her, she's not willing to betray them. And that was really awesome. Like, that's just another step of her redemption. And I also love that she was thinking of Crawley, and she was thinking of Sam and Dean, and just like the relationship. She never got to say she was sorry to Crawley. She never got to tell Sam and Dean that, you know, she actually kind of enjoyed their interactions. So she really thought she was going to die, and she was being really brave. And I love how you had her call Ketch Wiener Boy, because that's what we were talking about in her movie Folklore, how she calls a man wee wiener boy. And I love that. I absolutely love it. Like, I could hear her say that, like, go ahead, wiener boy. Like, I just loved it. And my favorite moment, of course, is when Ketch, you know, comes over to hurt her, and because he's not had his fun, as he tells her, and he has a knife and he's cutting her, and he just says he's going to enjoy every minute of it. He's going to make her scream, and all of a sudden there's a voice that says, I'm not so sure about that. And it's Dean, and Dean shows up, and I went into fangirl mode. Like, I started freaking out. Tears were coming down my face. I was so excited. I was like, it's Dean! It's Dean! And I love that he says, I'm not so sure about that. Like, that is such a Dean response. And then came the shocker. He had a gun, and he was trying to tell Ketch to let her go, and that she's, you know, she's not a bad monster. She's not a bad person. She's innocent, to let her go. And I love when Ketch says, you know, I can't believe you're siding with her. She's a monster. And Dean goes, yeah, well, she's our monster. And I love that. I absolutely, I might make that my new URL. She's our monster. That's great. And then the shocking moment is, and I did not see this coming. I did not think it was going to happen. The shocking moment is when Ketch is about to finish Rowena off, and Rowena shuts her eyes, and through our eyes, she shuts her eyes, and then all of a sudden there's a shot that goes off, and Ketch falls to the ground dead. And I have to say, I loved that. I am with a lot of people now that I'm actually really liking Ketch, but I'm also looking forward to the day that he does kind of die, because he's done horrible things. I think that would be an awesome way for Dean to kill Ketch, or if anyone kills Ketch, is when he's hurting one of their friends, one of their monster friends, and they just have no choice, because Dean was trying to convince him to let her go, and was like, I don't want to do this, you know, you don't have to do this, please just let her go, and I won't hurt you. And Ketch calls Rowena a whore at one point. And I love that as he is dying, or as he falls down dead, Dean walks up to him and goes, yeah, one more thing, she's not a whore. And I was like, yay! So after that, he frees Rowena, and they go over to the Impala, and he explains how he found her, and I'll let you guys, you know, find that out. And he's bandaging her up, and there's just a really great banter between them. It's so good. It is so in character, and it's awesome, and I'll just let you guys read that. But Mariana, you did an amazing job. It's so good. I wish my dog was facing me the entire time that I was doing this thing, because that would make more sense than just looking at her butt the entire time, but at least you're hearing my voice. It's so good. You did such a great job. And oh my gosh, having my name at the very beginning made me squeal. I was so happy. Thank you so much. It was so good. I will be tempted to ask you for more, but I know that that's really silly of me, really greedy, but every once in a while I might be like, give me a chance you could do this, because oh my god, it's my favorite fan fiction I've ever read, hands down. It's my favorite one. I'm going to reblog it, I'm going to copy it onto my phone, I'm going to read it to my friend that I've been telling I'm like telling Kayla, my dean that I introduced you to in my videos. I've been telling her about how you were going to write one for me, and I'm like, I want to read it, and she's like, all right, like, well, read it to me when it comes out. So I'm going to recommend this to everybody. It was so good. And Broken's really good too. No, don't leave, you're my face, come here. Yes, there's your face. Yeah, I'm going to recommend it to everybody. It was so good. Anyways, I love you so much, Mariana. Thank you so much. You just made my day.